Scene Mom says, welcome to the new podcast from former Phoenix radio host Danny Cutler. Each week bringing you independent music, industry news, the occasional interview, and other fun segments. Let's get to it. Scene Mom says hello and welcome to episode 66. I'm Danny, your host and Scene Mom. And as always, I'm very glad that you have joined me. We're halfway through July, guys. The summer seems to be going by rather slow, at least from my perspective. It's been hotter this year than last year on my side of the country. I know because my posts from last year and the cooler weather are popping up in my Facebook memories, and it's frustrating me. Not that it's terrible, but anything is better than 110 in Phoenix, but I'm definitely feeling the humidity more. I'll still take it. The biggest reason why is you can still be outside and not feel like you're going to spontaneously combust. I've had 3 days of live music events over the past weekend, and 2 of them were outside, and so much fun. The indoor one was the second round of the singer-songwriter showcase that I have mentioned before. It was a long afternoon, but so much talent and so difficult to figure out who's moving forward. We did it though. We've got some good judges on the panel. The others were an event that we brought to my town of Winchendon via the Cultural Council and a Soundbites event at my favorite farm, Red Apple Farm. It was just a great weekend, a beautiful summer weekend, summertime vibes, and even my husband joined me for the outdoor events, which those of you in Phoenix, you know it's a big deal if he goes anywhere with me and there's music involved. Another live event I attended was Tuesday night. I extended the music fun and I made the 90-minute trek to Boston to catch my friends from Arizona Bear Ghost on the last leg of their first headlining tour, which was at Brighton Music Hall in Allston. Boston has been their largest audience yet on the tour, and I really enjoyed seeing a bit of my old music scene from Phoenix again. They are a rare case of success thanks to Spotify, actually. As I looked through the crowd, I could see why for sure. The median age in the audience had to be teen through mid-20s, and that's the group that keeps Spotify going. I spoke to a group of, I want to say kids, but they were young adults. They could have been teenagers. I don't even know. I spoke to this group of attendees after the show briefly, and I asked them how they learned about the band, and it was through that setting on Spotify that keeps feeding you music after your own playlist is finished. I have plenty more to say on the show, including the opener, space band Bob, and how inclusive the entire night was. The band was kind enough to give me a photo pass, so I took notes during the show while I was taking photos. I'm going to write up something a little longer and post it over on the Scene Mom Says Facebook page. But it was a lovely evening, and even though I'm suffering from concert hangover today, which is Wednesday when I record, it still was a great night. All right, so let's get back to it. We've got music news, which includes an update on the AI music drama with the fake band who will not be named by me. And I've got your music history, marketing tip, and a fun, nerdy musical news story for you. And 5 awesome indie tracks. So let's get back to it with a request from a friend in Phoenix. Hi, Shannon, who I introduced to Boston band The Far Out, who dropped their new album last week. They are seriously a great band, and he asked me to play Funkadelic Gas, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Here's The Far Out, and you're listening to What Scene Mom Says. Get yourself with the funk now and party!
This car needs a lot yourself on the floor. I really wanna groove it, Charles, and please, and give us some more. Some more. Ow!
Driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake hole.
This is the Scene Mom Says podcast. Time for some music news.
All right. The AI band, who will not be named, Fast Rise, over 1 million monthly Spotify listeners in mere weeks, has hit a major snag as streaming platforms are starting to crack down on the AI-generated band's staggering release output. Spotify has quietly removed one of their albums and several singles from multiple artist profiles, which is bringing up some speculation that their swift high-volume output may have tripped some internal limits or policy reviews. While Universal Music has downplayed the situation, suggesting reduced visibility rather than outright removal, the timing does align with a broader initiative. Platforms are starting to reevaluate mass-generated content to maintain quality and authenticity. Now, despite the takedowns, they do remain highly visible. They have over 1.18 million monthly listeners, according to the streaming analytics. The band's AI-crafted image and prolific output, which I don't know how that is, has already drawn industry concern, which is fueling a larger conversation about how digital services should manage AI-generated artists who bypass traditional creatives and release processes. So as DSPs tighten control, it could mark the beginning of stricter oversight on produced content with algorithms in mind, and it could change everything about streaming over time. So it's very important to keep speaking out and keeping track of the fake music being produced to protect real artists, especially indie artists. Now, sticking with the AI theme, Audacity's new study reveals a powerful partnership between AI and traditional media in shaping consumer behavior. The research shows that 68% of Americans now use AI tools like ChatGPT at least weekly, and 43% rely on them for product and service research, but only about a third have taken action based solely on those recommendations. The gap comes down to trust, so people know that AI presents their options, but it doesn't give them the confidence to actually decide. So that's where trusted media, like radio, play a key role. Over 80% of customers said that hearing about AI-recommended brands on radio or TV increased their trust. In effect, AI primes the funnel by educating audiences, and radio supposedly closes the deal by building emotional and credibility responses. So the report says that brands should pair AI visibility and answer engine optimization and sustained media presence via radio to ensure that those AI-suggested options actually will convert to sales. It also shows the importance for local businesses to be prepared because customers are arriving, quote, AI primed, so armed with information and in need of confirmation. So that's where media like radio comes in to finalize the sale. So in short, AI will introduce and inform somebody about something. Radio and DJs reassure and motivates people. And so together, that's how you can get the purchase, which I can see how that happens. AI is a tool. It isn't the answer to everything. It is just a tool, and you have to be sparing in how you use it. In other news, music festivals are in a crunch because soaring production costs from artist fees to infrastructure are forcing organizers to raise their prices, but ticket sales are not keeping pace even for marquee events. So an example is High Sierra in Quincy, California. They once sold around 7,000 tickets a year, and it's down to about 4,500 in 2023, 2024. And this year only cleared about 2,000 midway, barely scraping by despite slashing their expenses and dropping big name headliners. Meanwhile, Coachella, which everyone knows, has seen demand go down significantly, where general admission passes used to vanish in about 20 minutes. 2024 took over a month to sell out, and attendance has roughly halved. So the culprit? Costs have exploded. Booking fees, logistics, staffing, which forces those higher ticket prices that buyers are pushing back on. Now, smaller fests are particularly vulnerable because they're caught in that cycle where they can't compete on the talent, and so they're struggling to attract the crowds. For festivals to survive, they have to rethink how they do their lineups and their budgets and value, perhaps trading big names for more intimate, unique experiences or local talent that resonate more with cost-conscious fans, which local talent in your local area is a really good idea. Boston Calling is a very popular festival, and it is stacked with local area artists, so something to think about. And finally, in a dramatic twist for Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter tour, there were unreleased songs and sensitive tour material stolen from a rental vehicle in Atlanta. On July 8th, choreographer Christopher Grant and dancer DeAndre Blue parked near a market for a short break. And when they returned, they discovered that the trunk was shattered, 2 suitcases were missing, and inside them, 5 thumb drives containing watermarked unreleased tracks, concert footage plans, and both past and future set lists, all gone. Also stolen were 2 MacBooks, Apple headphones, designer clothing, and accessories. So Atlanta police responded pretty fast. Surveillance captured the break-in. Faint fingerprints were dusted, and tracking tools helped locate the stolen electronics, and there is an arrest warrant issued for a suspect. The incident unfolded just days before Beyoncé's 4-night residency at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but the show still went on, and nobody commented about it, but it really sounds like that they were targeted and somebody planned it. Just like all those sports break-ins at homes when football players and basketball players are on tour, that's when their homes get burgled. It's kind of on those lines. So not a fun trend to see in the communities there. So that's your music news this week. And you have any feedback or other thoughts, you can always email me, scenemomsays@gmail.com.
Rough cuts, get radio ready. Lucky weight, we carry it heavy. Grind, cut and rewind. Reading all the billboards, searching for signs. Went through, dealing in petty. Now we're getting good and ready. Time's cool.
New York City. That was the latest from Say She, and that was called Cut and Rewind. C-Mom says it's time for some music history. On July 13th in 1956, Elvis Presley dropped his double A-side hit, Hound Dog and Don't Be Cruel, cementing his status as the king of rock and roll. Both tracks soared to number 1 almost instantly. Also on July 13th in 1964, the Beatles released A Hard Day's Night in the United States. It underlined Beatlemania and it preceded their landmark album and film. Again on July 13th, but in 1985, Live Aid took the stage at Wembley and JFK Stadium. 1.5 billion viewers across 160 plus countries, featuring Queen, U2, Madonna, Duran Duran, and more, raising millions for Ethiopian famine relief and sparking Brazil's annual World Rock Day. On July 14th, in the year 2000, Metallica filed another lawsuit against Napster, universities, and other file-sharing services, continuing their fight against illegal music downloads and reshaping how artists view digital distribution. Did it reshape it, though? Did it? And on July 15th in 2006, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey sent the first public tweet. Now, while this isn't music per se, this tech development soon became a big promotional tool for artists and music culture globally. That is some music history for you this week.
But I can't change
that was Phoenix new wave pop band Electric Soul with Little Old Me. Miss those guys. So much fun to hear them. C-Mom says it's time for your marketing tip of the week. Respond to tags on social media. You know that graphic that goes around occasionally, how to support an independent business for free? This needs to be added to the list. It's another very easy way to increase your reach and who sees you on social media. We all work very hard at our jobs. Many times we work with others or use others in some way in our work, like promoting musicians. When we post about something and tag those who were involved, it can be very disappointing to have that ignored. You don't have to necessarily share it, though that is the best, especially if you are tagged in an Instagram story, but just leave a comment. Like the post. See what I did there? A related tip, you can't just post something and not check up on it. If you aren't checking to see what your content is doing and also who is tagging you in posts, why are you using social media at all? I mean, you want to try and increase that reach as much as possible. And as always, if you want to chat more about marketing and promoting your music or your brand, you can schedule a consultation with me at dannycutler.com. And you can also subscribe to the newsletter, and there's the private Facebook group as well. All the links will, yes, be in the show notes. From Boston, that was, as I've said many, many times, one of my fast favorite bands, Happy Little Clouds with Liar Fire. Their new album, Embers, will be available on Friday, which is tomorrow if you're listening on Thursday. So excited for them. They do have a show this weekend, but my old body just can't do it after last weekend and then the drive to and from Boston on Tuesday. But I know I'll see them again. Plus, I want to figure out how to bring them west. C-Mom says it is now time for some good news this week. Kind of a fun, nerdy little story. A visionary musician is breathing some new life into CRT televisions by transforming them into unexpected percussion instruments. In a video featured on boingboing.com, the artist strikes the glass screens of powered-on vintage TVs, and the interaction with the static electricity produces a range of percussive sounds, from sharp taps to resonant ping-like tones. As the images flicker through the static, the performance becomes this audio-visual experience. What makes this particularly inventive is the way that it repurposes this obsolete tech, turning this relic of past media into a live interactive instrument. It challenges assumptions about what instruments can be, and it also points to a movement of creative reuse, like Japan's Braun Tube Jazz Band, which has performing with CRT TVs since 2010. So the result's a little more than just like a novelty. It's this pretty interesting exploration of tech, electricity, and rhythm. It could easily evolve into a big live show or multimedia installation. Blue Man Group comes to mind with the way they use paint on drums. Sound and sight kind of come together in unexpected ways. So I thought that was a cool story. And of course, I will link to it in the show notes so that you can see the video for yourself.
Summer's gone, and I'm still standing here, waiting for you. All alone, I thought this was the truth, like a fool. Always is it fine, your stolen alibi. I can't believe a single thing you say to me now. And when it's gone, I hang on every word like the truth now. Winter falls, the air is crisp and clear. I survive. All alone, thought this was my year, like a child. Always is it fine, your stolen alibi. I can't believe a single thing you say to me now. And when it's gone, I hang on every word like the truth now. So I'll hedge my bets and double down now. I can't believe a single thing you say to me.
From Phoenix, that was the latest from Gunshots or Fireworks with their latest single, Aces. And that's it for episode 66. Links to all the music and news heard this week will definitely be in the show notes. And if you have any feedback or news to share, any other thoughts, you can always get in touch on social media. cmomsays on Facebook and dcutleraz everywhere else. And you can email cmomsays@gmail.com. And if you like what you hear, please share. I'm also an independent musician. Thanks as always for listening, and you'll hear me again soon. You've been listening to the Scene Mom Says podcast. Intro, outro music is Look Good for the Radio by Fairy Bones. Learn more about Danny and the show at dannycutler.com.